Welcome to Ric's Corner. I want to touch on a subject today that's been asked me many times over and over again, and it's how do you train natural? How do you train without the use of drugs? Because it seems today that everybody wants to take something to get big, and they take the wrong things, they make themselves sick, it doesn't work, and there are ways to do this naturally. There's good ways to do this naturally. You don't have to take any type of medication to get huge. Let's start first of all, you need a good base. So I would suggest that powerlifting, and I've written articles on this, with bench press, squats, deadlifts, working up in the system and maybe doing 10 reps, 8 reps, 6 reps, 4 reps, 2 reps, and a single for power. Gives you a lot of size, gives you a lot of strength, and gives you that power for the muscle to build. Then after you do that, then you can throw in some 3 or 4 sets of shaping movements, 8 to 10 reps for the same body part. For example, if you're going to do bench press, start with maybe 10 reps, 10, 12 reps, get a good warm up. Drop down to 8. Then drop down to 6, then drop down to 4, go 1 set of 2, and 1 single. Now you only need to do that like once a week, because if you do it twice a week, you tend to burn yourself out and you lose strength, and you want to gain size. You can do this on a lot of things. You do it with squat, you can do it with deadlift, you do it with benches, and then you can do it with back as well for seated pulls. Then, after you do that particular exercise, then you go on to another exercise. For example, chest, you do inclines. That's where your shaping comes in. That's where you do 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps or 6 to 8. And then side fly, 6 to 8 reps. You want to pack the muscle full of blood and let it grow, let it feed, let it expand. And that's the secret to getting a bigger muscle. You don't want to stop in between sets, and you don't want to talk to people. You don't want to BS around. You want to do maybe 30 seconds, 45-second rest in between sets. Yes, it's going to lose strength first time, but then over a period of time, you'll get adjusted to it, and you'll be able to make that muscle grow. You'll be able to have more strength, more endurance, and recoup quicker. Now, I did this when I first started training. I started powerlifting, and that's where I got my size, and that's where I got my strength. Too many people go in the gym and they'll do 30 sets of arms, and you're killing it. It's just not going to happen. You can get big without the use of chemicals. Now, if you want to get into supplements, there's a good whey protein. Bodybuilding.com has it. Casein is a long-lasting protein. I take that one. Those two together are great. Amino acids, or amino acid powder, morning and night and at bedtime. That's what goes to your body and allows it to feed and replenish with the protein you need to grow on. There's a pill called Prime, which is a testosterone booster. And it's a very good one. They also sell that on bodybuilding.com. I take that one twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. DHEA, which is not a drug, it's just it lends itself to building more muscle. Yohimbe bark, is used for people who want to increase their testosterone levels and their well-being. And it's over the counter. It's not a drug. These are all sold on bodybuilding.com. And I'm not pushing that they have it and that's where it is, but that's what I take, and it works very well. CLA for burning fat. You can also buy that, and I take that twice a day. And carnitine also, that burns fat, because the idea is you want to build muscle and burn body fat at the same time. If you get too big too quick and you end up bloating yourself out, you're going to just gain fat, and that's what you don't want to do. You want to build lean muscle mass. Now your meals have to be right on. You need 5-6 meals a day. You've got to have the egg whites, you have to have the oatmeal, tuna, chicken breasts, lean beef, broccoli, vegetables. Cottage cheese is a good source of protein. I eat it every night at dinner. Like I said, egg whites, and then you have your protein drinks in between. This way you're always feeding your body to grow. Now, many people who train don't realize that diet is 80% of it. When I was in high school and I worked out, I didn't know that. I ate spaghetti and meatballs, drank 3 quarts of milk a day, and bloated out. But I got size, but it wasn't good size. It's that puffy look. You don't want that puffy look, because too many people today have that, and if they take their shirt off, you don't see any muscle at all. Take a guy who's really lean and hard. He might not look as big in a shirt, but he's huge outside that shirt. So yes, you can do this naturally, but you've got to stay with it. You need 8 hours of sleep a night. You need to eat, like I said, 5 or 6 times a day. You need to take those supplements. Amino acids and protein are a very good supplement to take in between meals, but you have to have a lot of it. You need a gram for every pound of your body weight. So in other words, if you're 200 pounds, you need 200 grams a day, and that's even on your days off. Now on your days off, I've had people tell me, well, I'm not training today, I don't need to really eat right. Well, that's when you do, because that's when your body's actually resting, and that's when you have to feed it in order for it to grow. So yes, you can gain without the use of any type of chemicals, but you've got to train consistently. Now, the other thing you want to do is you want to change up your program all the time. I do chest and back on Mondays, shoulders and arms on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday. Then I do the same thing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But I change my exercises. I don't do the same exercises all 3 times. If I go and do chest, I might do dumbbells one day and side flies with dumbbells and cable crossovers. Next time I might do the Smith machine press, incline bench press, maybe a pec deck. So it changes it because your body becomes accustomed to what you're doing all the time, and you don't want it to get into a rut, because if it gets into a rut, it will not respond. It just knows, oh, well, he's going to do the same workout today. I just lay back and take it. So yes, you can do this, but you've got to put your mind to it. And don't always think that you got to get bigger and bigger and bigger by use of anything outside of just normal eating, because you don't have to. Now, there are guys that do that and they don't compete. It's just purely ego, and they think, okay, they're just going to look big on the street. I had one friend that takes way too much stuff, and he's had a lot of illnesses because of it. So I feel that do it naturally. Do it naturally and make it work. 80% is the diet. Your sleep is very important. Your training is just to stimulate. It's not to tear you down so you can't grow. So remember, the 10, 8, 6, 2, 4 method and 1 on your power movements will build size and it will build strength. And then after that, you do your shaping movements along with it. I hope that you'll take this into consideration. Try it on your workouts. Do it for 6 weeks. Make sure you change it every time you work out. Just try something different. Your enthusiasm will be there and you'll get a much better workout. Limit your workout to no more than an hour and 15 minutes. Hour tops, hour and 15 minutes tops. That's including cardio. Cardio 3 times a week, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most, because once you do too much cardio, you end up burning up muscle too. So these are important facts if you want to be a bodybuilder and if you want to look good.